Hey guys, what's good? It's your girl Orisha Shilayami Orugo. How is your new year about to be, guys? Like, how are you preparing for it? Because this Christmas is gone, and what a Christmas it was. Guys, I gained some pounds, but I don't care. Guys, what is it about every Nigerian family gathering that always comes with questions? Like, whenever a group of aunties and uncles come together, one way or the other, as far as you're a child of somebody, or as far as you're a member of that gathering, you must be asked a series of questions. And sometimes you might be lucky. The questions can be like super chill, like have you eaten? How's your health? How's your body? But sometimes they can be so hardcore. Like, what do you plan to do after school? What is your plan for the next 5 years of your life? What job or career are you pursuing right now? And it's not like you should know these things. I mean, you should know these things, but not. It's not like you are packing these things. Not everybody is very, very prepared to answer all those questions. Sometimes especially if you're a young adult, you're still figuring things out. You're still planning. You're still arranging whatever you have in your mind, in your life, packing everything together and forming what you want to create in the future. So when they ask you this question, it puts you in a spot where you either look ill prepared or you look very prepared. And when you don't fall into the very prepared category, you end up looking very ill prepared, and that's very embarrassing. So today I'm going to give you guys like 5 typical questions that you should expect in every Nigerian family gathering. And it could be, I don't know, Thanksgiving, it could be New Year, it could be Christmas, just basically any, traditional, archetypal Nigerian family gathering. And I'm going to give you like up to 10 answers for these questions. So guys, you are not left in that position where you just want the earth to open up and swallow you because you don't know what to say, and your auntie is still looking at your face and waiting for you to make an answer, and you still don't know the answer, and she doesn't want to walk away. Auntie, go now. I mean, that didn't happen to me, Sharp. I'm just saying. I mean, it didn't happen to me. Well, anyways, number 1. You know this question? You have been embarrassed by this question. This question has been a source of pain. In fact, it has been a source of pain for so many people. Are you in a relationship? Okay. Before you start saying, that question is not hard now. You'll be like, no, or you'll be like, yes. Well, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Let's go to the origin of this question. Let's go to the start of how it usually goes. First of all, if you are a Nigerian youth, you have experienced the transition of your family members. Yes, when you are in your teens / like in your 8s till your early 20s, family members act as though members of the opposite sex, they're devils reincarnate. Like, you do not talk to them, you do not make friends with them, you do not share biscuits. How do you share biscuits with them? Who are they? What do you want from them? You can only make members of the opposite sex, you can only make them friends when they are your relatives, they're your uncles, they're your dad or your mom. Like, you do not at all like dare make friends with any extra person. Because why? It is wrong. But immediately you hit your lower 20s, oh my God, ring the alarm. You get home and one day your auntie will just call you, or your mom will just call you, or your dad will. Sometimes your dad, because that's how dads are usually very chill on these things. They'll be like, I'm gonna leave the person. But sometimes some dads are really hardcore too. They'll call you, what's up? How far? I've not seen any man that has come to the house, so is everything okay? And it's such a funny situation because is it not the same person that was telling me if you see a boy coming this way, pass this way, because you and the boy cannot pass the same road. Because but for reals, guys, and if you dare give this answer, like this question is straight up answer, like yes or no, it could put you in a very awkward situation. Like, let me create a scenario for you. Your relative walks up to you and asks you, are you in a relationship? And you go, yes. That's a very, very bad move. Why? Because it does not end there. You can't just tell them yes and leave. No. As you tell them yes, is that so? They're gonna ask you it's like you opened the Pandora box of questions, and now questions are just going to be pouring. It's like a volcano. It's a volcano. It's just going to be erupting with questions. First of all, they'll start asking you things about the guy. Where did the guy come from? What does he eat? What does he look like? What is his tribe? What is his blood group? What is his family line? What is his surname? What does he do for a living? What is his degree? Do you want to answer those questions? And God forbid, like God forbid, if you and that person broke up. Hey, if you and that person break up, and then there's another family gathering, and then like the family members are asking you, so how far that your guy or that your girl, you are like, we broke up. The way you want to go with this thing. Oh my god. Like, guys, you don't want to be there when all of them will pack around you. You broke up. Why? Some will come with relationship advice. Some will come with criticism in your personality. Some will come with this and that. Some will come with that and this. You don't want to put yourself in that situation. And if you go the other way around and tell them, no, you are not in a relationship. How can you say that? You, a young adult, you have you are normal, you are well, you're healthy, and you don't have a relationship. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting till you are 60? Are you waiting till you are 80? Is this not the time? Or are you too picky? Are you too picky about your selections? It's not about who you pick and pick and pick. You don't want to go there either. So I'm going to give you the best type of answer you could take that will give you like that will limit the chances of you going either ways with far more questions being asked. Here is my 2 answers for this question. First of all, the answer number 1, you have to understand the nature of the question. But for this question, it's a very personal question. And the thing about African or rather Nigerian relatives is that they don't know what personal means when it comes to you. Because as far as they are older than you, they feel they have every right to ask you whatever the hell they want to ask you because you are a child. As far as they are older than you, be you 20 something plus 30, so they will ask you what they want to ask you. So you could choose to stop that. You could choose to put your foot down so that they understand that you are an adult. They should give you your space. Like, you're an adult. You put your foot down. And the thing about putting your foot down, it's going to ruffle some feathers. But after those feathers are ruffled, guys, it's sort of respect that comes afterwards. Your relatives sort of like respect you in a way. They know that you're not a baby anymore. You could answer the question like this: Auntie, right now I'm focusing on other things in my life. And that's a very personal question. But since you asked, Sha, when I get to that bridge, I'll cross it. I'm not trying to rush myself. But thank you for asking. That's it. That's it. You might be like, that's rude. I don't think that's rude. I feel like that's you standing your ground. Like I said, some feathers will be ruffled. But the message is clear. And I bet you guys, if you go down this road, next time they will not ask you this question. But if you still feel like, that question is, I would like to tell my relative that, hey, it's a personal question. That's too aggressive now. That's still fine. That's still very, very fine. I mean, that's just your personality. You just don't want to go down that road. Me, I will go down that road. But you just don't want to go down that road. So I'll give you another way of answering this question. You can play it out as a joke. Play it out like a joke. They'll just, when they just, like, let me create a scenario again. Are you in a relationship? Here's how you answer. Auntie, what is it now? The way you're asking me, you have man for me. If you have man for me, carry them come on, because me, I'm not selective. Like, anyone you carry, come I'll marry. But the guy just come out, you're married the guy. I'm coming, let me just go to the kitchen, let me check what they're doing there. Because I told so and so person I want to help her with so and so thing. So I'm coming, let me just go. Don't come back. You're not coming back. Just go. And that's the end of it. So, question number 3. This question isn't something so over the top as the last one. It's not like something like too technical. You can easily find many ways to exit this particular situation, but sometimes it can put you in a bit of a spot when your mind is just like, you can't really think of something to say. So I'm just going to give you this tip just in case. how is school? Chances are you're in school. I mean, chances are they know you're in school, or rather, how is work. See, they're not asking you this question to know in full detail how work really is. I mean, they're not really, chances, except if they're really close to you and they're calling you in a private conversation, they really want to know, like, what's up with work or what's up with school. Chances are, in a larger, like the probability of it not being that way, it's like larger than the probability of it being that way. Usually they'll just ask you just to, I don't know, hear you say something about it. So they asked and so you said. So it doesn't seem as if they're not caring in that situation. Because if they don't ask you, you might be one of those people that will be like, imagine she doesn't even ask me how is school. So it's like, okay, let's ask this question. So they might ask you, oh, how is school? And the best way to answer this question is just with a one-worded answer, because this question also can be tricky. Just like, are you in a relationship, it could come with its own set of other questions, because they could be like, how is school? And then you'd be like, oh, school is fine, we're just being around. Oh, I heard you guys are in strike. Oh, how are your grades going? So it could come with like a lot of questions. So the best way to make sure you don't spend too long answering these series of mundane questions is just to give them one-worded answers. You know how the word K, later, it's almost like a word. When you're chatting and you see K, you know how it just somehow ends all conversations. Like, it just makes you feel like, are you serious? Like, I've been chatting with this person and this person just sent me K. So that's how you be handling this particular situation. How is school? Okay. How are your grades? They're fine. How is fine. How is the lectures? No need to make it a sentence. Good. How have you been? Okay. You have to give him one-worded answers. And you could also expect in family gatherings is, wait for it. What do you plan to do after school? I made mention of how most people aren't really like settings, like nothing is really set in stone, and especially when you're just coming out of school, you're not really set in stone with everything you're going to do. If you are one of those people that are like, okay, they know exactly what they're going to do, exactly how they're going to do it, you are one of the most extraordinary people out there. Because sometimes majority of us, or rather, let me speak for myself and most of my friends that I know, they are still like figuring things out. They already have like a scheme in their heads that they want to go with, but usually they're just figuring things out, taking it little by little. So sometimes when you go with you're coming on strong, like, oh, what are you going to do with after school? It puts them in a position, like it puts everybody in a position where they're like, am I going to tell my auntie that I've not seen throughout the year that I apparently want to do this, but I'm not very sure about doing it, and it depends on your relationship with your auntie or your uncle. You can easily tell them all of these things, or you can find a way to exit yourself by giving them a simple and plain answer, such as, oh, auntie, I actually have a lot of things I have planned for after school, and I'm putting a lot of things in motion. But immediately anything just comes about strong, as in when I start off everything, finally, I'll definitely tell you. Or, auntie, right now I'm actually getting my plans together. I've been putting one or two things in order, so when everything is set, I'll tell you. Auntie, or uncle. I like using aunties because aunties, they are the ones that ask these questions past any other relatives that I remember, like any or the other sex rather. Aunties usually ask these questions more than uncles. Uncles, they just want to sit down and drink beer and sometimes just chill with other uncles. But aunties, they won't know everything. So you'll be like, oh, auntie, at this period, sure, I've been planning one or two things since school. So once everything just starts settling down, I'll just start going towards them. Now, if they want to ask you what are these one of those things, just like, auntie, business matters now. Don't worry, auntie, it's you now. Who would I tell? If I just start putting everything down in order, I would definitely call you. It's you that I want to tell first. that strokes their ego, that tells them they're important, that just ends that particular conversation. Make them know that, okay, at least you have something planned. Now, if you do not have something planned and you're actually in a loop in your mind, like you don't really know what you want to do, don't hide it from these people. Like, these are actually your family members though, because this is an important question as well. It is very, very important. And sometimes it might come from a place of love and just not a place of curiosity and a little bit of what do you call it? Curiosity and a little bit of nosiness. No, sometimes it's just actually from a warm, wonderful, and loving place. So you can just actually open up and tell them the truth. Question number 4. Question number 4 is a question that occurs maybe after or if the question number 3 has not been answered properly. The question number 4 is, are you working? Now, this question can be a little staggering, it's a little scary, because if you are not working and they feel like you're in a place where you should be working, you could be in a very funny situation or a position, because you'd be like in that place where they're like, are you working? And you're like, you now be that guy, no, I'm not working, but I'm looking to God for connection. Or no. You don't want to be in that position where everybody now looking at you like, hey, this picky, no, they work. I see old rich. Like, no. Are you working? Yes, I'm involved in actually some businesses. I'm actually hoping to start off this dream, or I'm actually hoping to start off that dream, and I'm really looking forward to it because I've been hearing good news about that it's going to make money. This shows that at least you have some aspiration or some goals or some things that would actually give you monetary value. Sometimes you could also go like, well, I would actually love to. I've been applying in some certain areas because I would actually love to work so and so place and do so and so thing. But if you have any word out in the street about so and so place or so and so thing, then I would love to hear it. It shows them that you're taking charge of your life. You're not that person that is not like, as it is, I haven't really gotten anything to do right now. No. Answer with confidence. When you answer with confidence, make them see that okay, you are a serious adult, and you could also, like, they can give you their own contribution, but it's not off the point of, alright, it's not too far off the point that you are going to go to true, because you're already following a particular path in your life. And if they give you contributions to that particular path in your life, they're just adding to your fire. They're not trying to ignite it. You are already ambitious on your own. You're not a child, you're not a baby. You are strong on your own. And if you are not, rather, if you need help from them and you really want their help, you can use sense to follow it. Auntie, uncle, I actually want to follow this and that. I really like to work here and here, but I've been applying and I haven't really seen anything. Have you really? I wanted to ask you, because I've actually been looking forward to asking you. Have you really seen anything I can do concerning this and that and that and this in these particular locations? If not, have you seen anything that I can do concerning a particular field in this particular location? Like, you just come to them in a mature way. Don't stammer. Don't skip. Don't no, don't do any of that. And when they see you approaching them in this manner, they pull back. They're like, okay, you're wrong. Okay. Now, last but most definitely not least, I'm already feeling sad. I want to keep talking. I love having this conversation with you guys, and I really, really, truly hope that these tips and tricks actually work for you guys, because they have been working for me. Last but not least, the question that I have been holding back ever since, because guys, this question is a particularly irritating, right? It's a particularly irritating question that I deeply dislike, because this question always puts anybody in the receiving or the responding side in. It's a very awkward question, guys, because it's sometimes very offensive, sometimes very playful. It depends on the tone at which it's said. But this question is: have you gained weight? I'm sorry, guys. You guys might be like, okay, that's the question. That's the big question. No, like, no, this question could come off really offensive, and especially when they are coming from like traditional, those uncles and aunties that don't know how to code their emotions a little bit. So they can come and meet you like it's a full 365 days for love of Christ, and you could have gained a little bit of a feel, like a little bit of, a little bit of fat here or there, or like you've gotten a bit thicker. But sometimes the way relatives will ask you, they'll ask you as though you are this obese freak that needs to go on lipo or something, and it's really, really offensive. Some people, they can mean it in like a tongue-in-cheek way, like, have you gained weight, like in a very cool way. And in those type of situations, you can just laugh, like literally, you don't need to answer, you just laugh, and you're like, those men of like, have you been gaining weight? You have been eating money. You're like, but sometimes it can be like, have you been gaining weight? It's not good on you. Don't go and gather fat all over your body. The way you are now, you are a young girl. You shouldn't be gathering fat. Now, this type of thing, this is body shaming, guys. This is body shaming. And the thing about some of these terms, like body shaming, it means when you're trying to break, I don't know the dictionary definition, but it's definitely like surrounding someone trying to say offensive things towards you, or trying to destroy your self-esteem just because you're a particular size. Sorry, I was looking up because I was feeling this cool wind. It was really nice. But either ways, body shaming is when someone tries to, like, I don't know, bring down your self-esteem just because you're in a particular size. And I don't think that's cool at all. And think about African relatives, Nigerian relatives are the ones I've seen so far. Sometimes they come from when they ask this question, it comes from a place of love and of understanding and so on and so forth. And sometimes it's really not meant to really like hurt your self-esteem, but the way it comes off, the delivery of the way, and the delivery of the whole message, sometimes it's really painful, guys, and it could really cause major damage to someone's self-esteem. So any uncles or aunties that are listening to me saying this, please be careful the way you ask that question, because it could leave that child in a place where the child will start looking at himself or herself in the mirror and feeling very self-conscious and very sad. And I don't think that's the point or the message you're trying to bring across. There are several ways to handle such situation. If you feel like your relative or your nephew or your niece is gaining a few pounds and maybe you are worried about it, you could call that person privately and just tell them, okay, they look wonderful first of all, and you always respect. They come with a series of compliments. Soften the conversation with compliments. Then you just tell them the main reason for this conversation, like, okay, I'm a bit worried, you've gained a few weight and I'm worried that it might become unhealthy. I feel like you should be careful with it, and I feel like you should focus very, very much on losing or gaining like more healthy consumptions within your system. I just feel like you should try to trim down the fat. You should try to be conscious of this, because it could actually turn out to be really bad. I'm worried about you, that's why I would go this far. Like, let them understand that it's coming from a place of care. Don't go, the fact that you are gathering, so you don't say you're sitting at enjoyment, you enjoy, whereas you're killing yourself. No, don't come that way. That could really, break a person's self-esteem. And if you are one of those people that have been in those situations, there are ways you could just handle it and just get your point across. If it's offensive to you, there's a way you could handle it to get your point across. You could just silently walk away. No, for real, you could silently walk away. This is an aggressive way of handling it. This is a painful way of handling it. This is almost an insultive way of handling it. I get that, but it is a very painful question. And when some relatives say it without decorum, they don't say it so aggressively, in those situations you can just walk away, because you really can't say anything. Anything you say will just cause a bigger argument in the family. So the best way to do it is just walk away. Let them know what they said is offensive. Let them know what they said really did hurt you, and you're not going to give it any response or any reply, because you do not want to engage in them, because they should know that this was not something that you would want to have been handled in such a way. And so when you just quietly stand up and walk away, they understand they have offended you. Yes, relatives, you can actually offend your younger siblings, or you can actually offend your younger nephews and nieces. We have a right to be angry about certain things. We can have those emotions. And if you have that emotion, express it. Let them understand that this isn't cool. Saying it in this manner, it's not cool. And it would hopefully next time stop it from ever happening again. But if you feel like, okay, I don't want to be that aggressive, you could still go in a softer manner. You could open up. You could actually say, auntie, why would you say it like that? That actually really hurt my feelings. No, that really, really hurt my emotions. Let them know. Put them on the spot. Because this is something you're not comfortable with. Guys, I really hope these tips and tricks really help you throughout this new year. Because this new year is going to be bam. And it's going to start from you making a lot of decisions, but it's also going to start from you preparing yourself for a lot of things and preparing yourself for a lot of trials that's probably going to be thrown your way. Because this new year is going to be crazy, but you're going to be ready for it. I really wish everybody listening to this an amazing new year to come, and I really, really hope God gives you the best of the best fried chicken and the best of the best bank account credit alerts, the best of the best everything in Jesus' name. Well, guys, I don't really have much else to say. If you have any other thing you need advice for, or you need to know the best ways to handle or answer it, please leave your comments on the comment section below. You can also follow me on my YouTube page at the Shola Talk Show on YouTube, and you can also see I'm probably going to put my Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook handle all over the screen wherever I decide to finally put it, and you can just decide to follow me on my social media handles and also leave comments there. I would love to read every single comment you probably want to ask or have, or I would love to just read what you have to say, and I would love to just hear your opinion. This is like a sharing forum, guys. Like, this is our space. Anything you want to say, guys, I got you. Thank you so much for watching.